Hey everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome back to Heaven's Gate. So we have gone through the main story of this visual novel and it just left me with more mind-boggling questions than ever, but I'm kind of glad that we didn't see Vincent kill himself. I mean, it could be that it just didn't show that and it happens afterwards. I don't know, it's very mind-boggling and weird, but now we're going to read the diary of Anri Warhol from the true realm of the third game, I think. I don't know. One day, a mother of a young family brought home a doll. She did so out of necessity rather than on a whim or out of strong desire. It wasn't the kind of doll you normally see on the shelves of a large supermarket. It wasn't a particularly beautiful model, being pudgier and noisier than her peers. What is this doll? I don't want to take it back. Her insides were made out of slime that always seemed to ooze out of her nose and mouth. Disgusting. But the mother seemed to be content with those unsightly defects. The doll was supposed to melt into a sticky, dripping, wet, foul-smelling glue that would keep the mother's marriage from falling apart after all. What are you talking about? The doll was supposed to melt into sticky, dripping, wet glue that would keep the mother's marriage from falling. What? The father didn't want to keep the item. Okay, so the doll is a metaphor for their marriage. The mom wanted to keep the marriage, the father didn't. But to his disappointment, the shop didn't accept any returns. What the hell was this? The doll became a fitting addition to the house interior, for she fit perfectly among the counterfeit porcelain tea sets and useless trinkets stuffed onto the shelves. Pictures reflecting her snotty face filled up the family albums. A dozen fabricated certificates of a model family life. Oh, hold up. Is the doll supposed to represent the daughter? So the mom wanted to keep the daughter to keep her marriage, but the dad didn't want it. But you can't return the daughter now, can you? One day, the glue went dry and the family fell apart. As the porcelain plates hit the walls and the trinkets fell from the shelves, the doll remained still. That's metaphor for them fighting. The slime inside of her turned into water and flooded the room. The woman who bought it left the house, leaving all her former possessions behind. A new owner soon came, and Henry was born. Wait, what? The mom left. Leaving all her possessions behind. She left the daughter behind. And then a new mom came, and Henry's... Oh, okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely Anri writing by herself. Because she's saying that her mom left and her dad didn't want her in the first place, and then the new mom came and then they got Henry, her younger brother, so she feels unwanted, man. I never felt like others treated me like a human being. Rather, I was an object, a commodity in a human disguise. To my family, I was akin to a not particularly expensive piece of furniture that they kept around despite having brought a replacement. To my classmates, I was a wind-up doll they could push around by provoking it, laughing at how clumsy it was. Due to almost too cliche parental neglect, I was never taught proper hygiene. That is so sad. So my peers made sure to laugh at the way I smelled after forgetting to shower for weeks. How can you forget to shower for weeks, girl? And the way dirt gathered under my fingernails. They hit my clothes after PE and called me names, but it didn't matter. I didn't matter. As soon as puberty hit, I became even more convinced that I was no more than an object. Maybe it's because I used to eat too much, or maybe due to genetics. I grew to be more well-endowed than other girls my age. Disgusted looks I used to get turned into something more primal and feral. Lust. Starved for attention, I wanted to be desired. A girl needs pretty wrapping, a realization came. Or a gift. Oh, I said a girl. A gift needs pretty wrapping, but a girl also needs pretty wrapping. Under my modest clothes, I wore stockings and garter belts. Asked for expensive underwear as a birthday present. From who? Began paying more attention to my hygiene. Yeah, only once I hit puberty, you know. My hair became perfectly combed, not a single strand out of place. Porcelain skin nurtured by evening masks and face cream. Fake. But no longer unwanted. People I never talked to began asking me out. Girls swarm around me, talking about boys, periods, and reality shows I couldn't bring myself to care about, but watch anyway. It was something new, something I didn't know I longed for. My first kiss was with a girl. Is it Charlotte? I think it's Charlotte. It was at a drinking party, and everyone was drunk and horny enough to play sex dice. What the hell is sex dice? Obviously meant for older crowds. I didn't like her, but I liked how it felt. I decided I wanted more. Silky shirts, short skirts, knee socks, fluttering lashes, flawless mascara. Not a single pimple on my skin. It didn't matter that I was stuffed with chunks of meat, swarming with maggots. Ew, I hope you don't mean literally. Squirming, wriggling, eating me from the inside. Charles Euler wasn't a particularly attractive person. Oh right, this is a true realm. There is no Charlotte. There's only Charles. Let aside his above-average looks, something about his attitude gave away that something wasn't right. Maybe it was the way he scratched his skin. Yeah, did you see his hands? It's so weird. He always picked at his skin. It was so gross. And bit his nails. Or the way he stared into empty space, muttering something. There was no Wi-Fi in his flip phone. Yet he was constantly taking it out of his pocket at short intervals, typing a message to nowhere, setting an alarm clock off and back on. A foolproof tactic to ease rising anxiety. In class, he would often respond to the name of a girl classmate, and everyone would start laughing. Oh, because he would respond to Charlotte, right? He covered his mouth, mortified, realizing that the teacher's question wasn't directed at him. Stifled mutterings, jerky movements. Constantly on the edge, anxious and detached, Charles Euler was far from pleasant. Yet, I found this to be similar. I felt like there was something eating him from inside. Maybe he was stuffed full of maggots too. This is some dark stuff, man. We were sitting in an empty classroom. I was absentmindedly scrolling down the feed on my phone. Euler was finishing his homework for the next day. He did all the assignments during breaks and got excellent marks for it. I never got why he was in such a rush. So, what's your answer? Yes or no? Euler didn't look me in the eye. Instead, he was looking at a spot between me and the window frame. What? Sorry, what were you talking about? I couldn't hear you well in this noise. Euler's voice echoed throughout the empty, eerily quiet classroom. Everyone else had gone home a long time ago. I started to get annoyed. Like I was saying, will you date me? Seconds passed. Euler muttered indistinguishable words, still distracted by something. He was visibly uncomfortable. Okay. What? You're okay with it? I mean, why not? If you want to, listen, I need to go home quick. I'm sorry. His words made no sense. Euler grabbed his bag and stormed out of the classroom. What was that about? Henry used to be a high achiever in elementary. By middle school, he lost all motivation to study. That hit real fast, man. I only lost motivation during last year of high school, okay? Eventually, he stopped leaving his room. You need to spend more time with your brother, Father had told me on numerous occasions, each time more insistently, his wife nodding behind his back. As if this smelly freeloader didn't get enough attention from them already. So sometimes I sat on the phone in my brother's room, listening to the click-clack sound of Henry's keyboard. It was always dark in his room. The air inside was damp, laced with the lingering stench of instant noodles and used tissues littering the floor. That's some gross stuff. Blech. Sometimes Henry got tired of playing and flopped onto the bed near me. He was not a talkative kid, so I never got what he was thinking. Sometimes he'd crawl onto me and bury his head in my chest, just laying there as I blankly stare into space. In the darkness barely illuminated by LED lights, he told me about his two-dimensional sweethearts. What the frick? His waifus? Like then, Henry brought out his smartphone and shoved it into my face. It's Space Idol Goody. All of these are from the anniversary poll, he muttered, scrolling down his card collection. How much did you spend on her? Not much. Liar. Henry? A reluctant pause. She's worth it. I felt tired. Hey, shouldn't you be interested in real girls at your age? No, they're gross. Am I gross too? Kinda. Henry squeezed closer to me. Too close for comfort. I could smell his foul breath. Henry was extremely bad at maintaining hygiene, just like I had once been. Maybe it was in our genes. Your parents are real fucked up is what it is. He must be starved for body contact without realizing it, I thought absentmindedly. Hey, stop it, you're too close. Go ask Mom to cuddle you. Henry didn't listen and only buried his head deeper into my chest. He was like a toddler. Mom and Dad only buy me things. They don't care about me. Believe me, they do. Unlike you, I didn't have that luxury. Say, why won't you leave your room? It's pointless. What is? Everything. There's nothing I want to do in life. The only times I feel happy are when I play games or sleep. That's called depression, bro. But I don't want to die either. So I'll just stay here forever. How pathetic. Charlie, you need to see a doctor. I gave Euler's hand a firm squeeze. He was shaking. We were sitting on the cold floor in the boys' bathroom. There were around 15 minutes until the third period ended. I was trying to ignore the writing on the wall. Warhol is a slut. Euler responded with a minute-long delay. What would they do? Stuff me with pills? At very least, they'll help. They didn't help Mother. I'm talking about you. I think he took pills for schizophrenia or something. Charlie, please, stop pretending you're okay. If you're not planning on telling me what's wrong, then at the very least try to seek help yourself. If I say anything, she'll throw my pet cat out the window. Or worse, my mad cat? She? What are you talking about? Scarlet Euler. Okay, I understand. I didn't understand at all. But Euler was shaking. He was completely terrified. I'm terrified too. Of him. And it's mine. It's not your fault, is all I could say, unable to find the right words. Seeking comfort, I squeezed his hand harder. It was the end of the year party. There's something about the thrill of blaring music and fleeting conversations that I cannot quite put into words. There I was able to forget who I am, and who I cannot be. He must have been a guy from the parallel class. Pretty handsome, I had to admit. Care for a drink? He asked me. Sure, I replied, and took the plastic cup from his hands. The room gradually began to tilt. Oh god, he drugged it. Are you okay? He asked. I'll take you to rest upstairs. I don't like where this is going. There was something in my drink, I belatedly realized, as I was led to the upper floor. As my consciousness faded, a dot of Euler. It was dawning at me that he didn't want to own, to possess, to consume. He didn't want me. Didn't want anything I was able to offer. He wanted something that couldn't be seen, something immaterial and ethereal. He wanted to be saved. But I am merely an object. My head was filled with mocking comments from my classmates. Dice at the party, constant expectations, graffiti on the wall. I was trying so hard. I was trying my best. Yet, why was I still not enough? When I came to, I was surrounded by girls, concerned yet relieved looks on their faces. I wanted to go home. Ugh. Nasty. I feel all nasty now. I woke up one day to heated debates in the kitchen. It was probably about Henry. Nothing ever changed. I snuck into his room, trying not to make a sound. He was curled into a ball under the desk, shaking, muttering something. Henry, it's me. Come out. Stop hiding. Leave me alone. What happened? They want to fix me. Send me a therapy? And? I don't want to be fixed. Give me a break. Just look how much they care about you. About your useless, stinky, perverted... I had to calm down. Then, what do you want? To be with Goodity. I think you need to go to therapy, dude. Goodity is not a person. I don't give a shit. Hey, language. You just don't want to make any effort to gain positive emotions in real life. Henry got quiet for a moment. I'm tired, was his only answer. I'm tired too. Charles Euler started taking pills. No more jerky movements. No more staring into space. There was a permanent smile plastered on his face. He seemed alarmingly normal. We went out for food and movies. Wait, is he taking anxiety pills or other pills? I don't know. I made sure to Instagram all the food we ate and the places we visited. Ugh, teens. It would surely become the proof of our normalcy. I talked about myself, and Euler actually heard me instead of spacing out, erratically checking his phone and muttering something under his breath. In turn, Euler told me about Mother, about things he saw that others didn't, about a writer he admired. Everything was normal, just like I wanted it to be. So, like, did you two do it already? What? Who's asking who? A? Like classmate A? Oh, come on, of course we did. Oh my god, for real? He seems like such a wimp though. I bet it was the worst. This is literally classmate A, classmate B. To be honest, you deserve so much better. Oh, you know who deserved better? Scarlet Euler, okay? The original Charlotte Wilshire. You aren't lying, right? I can't believe that Euler is capable of anything more than hand-holding. Yeah, like, did he finally man up? If a guy doesn't want you, then there must be something wrong with his dick. What all this teen talk? Looks like you'll have to take action and help him overcome it somehow. Otherwise, your relationship is doomed, Lo. Right, Anri? Lo, yeah. So fake, guys. This doesn't insult you? I asked, showing Euler the group chat. I lied to them about everything, but, you know. Charles yawned, shaking his head in disinterest. You only get insulted when you view something as insulting, C says, he elaborated. So no, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, you're kind of right, but also it is kind of insulting. What the hell? I thought you'd be hurt or something. Charles laughed mischievously. What? You wanted to console me, Miss Warhol? I turned away, brows furrowed. I get upset, you know. They don't know you at all. He was taken aback at first, then ruffled my hair with his blistered hand. Sorry. Know what Stoic said? You're provoked by your own judgment of the situation. And we can't expect people to view us the way we perceive ourselves. Look, you sound very sound and all that stuff, but still, it's annoying, you know? So don't worry about me. Here he goes again, apologizing. I was fairly sure that even if he understood all of this, some part of him must have been affected. But his words were somehow reassuring. Did he feel the same when he talked to C, I wonder? Feeling above everything, unaffected by surrounding opinions? That person really must be someone strong if they were able to influence Charles to this extent. If I stay by his side, maybe I'll be saved one day too, I thought. And that thought alone felt comforting enough to help me get through another day. Charles turned on a horror movie, and I fell asleep on his shoulder. Personal space be damned. That was the last conversation we had before everything went to shit. The god of his world was no more. Ugh, that's when Vincent jumped. Months later, we moved to another town. This is literally the diary of Anri from the Dirt game. It was never my decision to make. I left most of my possessions at the old home. Henry played Pokemon during the entire trip, then vomited onto my shirt, car sick. I pet his oily hair. He is the dirtiest kid ever. Ugh. Letting my nails sink into flakes of chronic seborrhea dead skin. I thought of Charles once again. Without anything solid to ground him, wouldn't he float away? In the last moments we spent together, it had already felt like he wasn't present. Didn't they run away to a hotel? That happened before they moved, isn't it? As if the maggots swarming inside of him had already consumed his insides. How unfair. 5? Hey, how are you, Charlie? You should leave him alone, Henrietta Warhol. Euler, I'm being serious. So am I. Please stop writing us. Who's us? Why? You're a hindrance. If you continue pestering us, I'll make your personal information public. You have things to hide, don't you? 4. Anri, hi. I'm sorry for the last time. Feel free to block me. Okay, what the hell? Okay, now you sound like Charles. Apology accepted. Hi. Are you okay? More or less. How's Mom? Like usual, I'm trying to spend more time with her. That's nice. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Trying to adjust to a new place. Henry's an idiot and blew a whole load of money on online gambling? What? He's a kid. So Dad took away his debit card. These parents are the worst. Serves him right, I guess. I'm working as a waitress right now, so I have my own income. But I guess most of his money will go to my parents anyway. Debts and all. Are you telling me these dumbass parents got debts because they just keep spoiling their dumbass kid? The worst family ever. Do you have plans for uni or... I'm taking a year off. Can't deal with it right now. And I'm not sure what I want to do. Yeah. Only the job you're crazy about can get you a good income. Or just luck, really. Higher education won't really promise you a good place in life. Nice pasta. Did you get into med uni? I'll know in a month. I don't really remember the date of the exam. Uh-oh. What will you do if you don't pass? Kill myself, I guess. Dude, you joke too much about that. No, JK. It's not funny. I know, I'm being serious. Not funny. I have mother to take care of, so don't worry. 3. Anri, hi, how are you? Heart emojis, gross. Euler, is that really you? Of course it's me. Okay. I'm fine, just having trouble adjusting to a new place. Didn't make any friends yet. I don't want to pretend to be someone else just to fit in, but no one really wants to hang out with me when I'm myself. I feel alone. Are you doing okay? I'm okay. What's that? All those X's. Specifically asked me not to talk about the remnants though. 2. Charlie, I'm scared of you. Of what you're becoming. I thought I didn't understand you before, but now I feel like I don't understand you at all. And I'm really not sure what to do. You need to seek help. 1. Oh, what is it counting down to? It's kind of worrying. Shit. I'm so sorry. If you're reading this, it's me. I'm not okay. I'm not sure if I'm myself anymore. Sometimes I just close my eyes and then find myself at an unfamiliar place several hours later. I passed the exams, but I'm failing classes. Hard. I feel like vomiting just looking at people. They don't look human. I'm afraid if we meet again, you won't look human too. So please, don't try to find me. Mother is not okay. She's not responding anymore. I think she died? Everything is distorted. And I'm clearly bothering you. I need to put a stop to this. Those were the last messages from Charles. His phone went dead, and he never replied back. Trying to cope with this reality, I try to forget about him. I think that's when he died. 16. A year later, I found out that Eilers no longer lived at the old address. Charles Euler had disappeared without a trace. Think he died? I want to think he's okay, but I know better. Lilith Euler was buried in a local cemetery. Looks like Charles took care of her burial before disappearing. I won't live longer than Mother would, he once told me, and stayed true to his words. I like to think that his soul went where she is. Perhaps he's lying on the bottom of a vast sea, his form flickering, uncertain. I want to lie down near and make sure his carcass doesn't float away. But that's a selfish wish to have. Instead, I place a bouquet on their grave and whisper a quiet prayer. Diary end. Oh no. That is the most depressing shit I've ever read. Oh no. Well, that kind of fills in some of the questions about what Anri was thinking all this time, while we were playing through Charles' point of view. My god, that is so sad. Now I'm just even more sad and still more confused than ever. Oh my god. That's just so sad. God, this game, man, really left a really long-lasting impression on me. The whole Charlie series was so dark and it was so bizarre and confusing. And this, man, it's even more dark. It really shows all the crap that happens in their real lives, I guess. In their real lives. I don't know if I call it that, but it's it does happen in a true realm. And the whole story was basically the false realm was a story that Charles Euler made, I believe. So all those characters, I don't even know if they're real. I still don't understand that part. I don't think they're real because from my understanding is that he had some mental illness that he took pills for. I forgot what it was, but he definitely took pills. And then his mother was depressed as well because she lost a child, and then his father left. But then all that Umbrella Man crap, all that other stuff, I just don't understand how it really all ties in. I'm still not sure what is real and what's not. So all the true realm, false realm stuff is just so mind-boggling. But yeah, that is it for Heaven's Gate. I'm even more depressed after playing this now, but I'm glad I did it. I feel like I got a better understanding of all the characters and how I guess they inspired the false realm world. But then we also saw, all the other Bennett and Felix. So I don't know what's real anymore. And I feel like you're kind of meant to feel that way. Not quite sure what's going on. But I'm really curious to hear what people think about this stuff. But I don't know. Hopefully you guys have some thoughts that I haven't thought of yet. But for now, I'll leave this video here. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next video.